Hello YouTube, this is Wendy from Language-Enthusiast. How are you doing? Where you are? Okay, here in Nagoya, Japan, the weather today is gonna be very hot. I mean, weather is hot. Is it okay? Is this expression okay? I don't think so. The temperature is going to be very hot today too, but weather, when it comes to weather, I think today is a bit cloudy, I guess, and it's more helpful. Okay, and here, this is in my bathroom. Okay, why am I here? Because it's warmer. As I explained many times in my previous videos, in my living room, where I always stay, doing lots of things like eating meals, reading books, watching YouTube videos, and whatever. And I'm always with my dogs and in my living room, and the temperature is maintained at 25 degrees. It's a bit too cold for me, and the longer I stay there, the colder my body gets, and I think it isn't very good for my health. So, but I can't change the temperature because of the half-broken air conditioner. It's working okay. So in this case, I'm really happy about it because I can't believe myself. I can't imagine myself not using an air conditioner at this time of the day. Okay, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be disastrous. So at least I'm happy about the air conditioner because it's working, but I can't change the temperature even though I feel a bit too cold, okay, which is not good for my health, okay, because my air conditioner can't receive the signal giving off. Is it okay? Giving off from the remote. And I thought that at first my remote was broken, but I bought the new one. Okay, I was talking about exactly the same thing in yesterday's video, and still I can't talk about it very well, very smoothly. Okay, I thought that my remote was the culprit. Okay, but it turned out that my air conditioner itself was the culprit. Okay, but I'm not really sure what's wrong with my air conditioner yet, because I haven't asked anyone to check my air conditioner. Okay, I'm not a professional. Okay, anyway, I can't change the temperature because I can't use the remote. Now it's on. Okay, air conditioner is on because I turned it on myself by pushing the emergency button. Okay, it's on the lower left side of the air conditioner. When I open the cover of the air conditioner, okay, it's right there, and by pushing it I can either turn it off or turn it on. Okay, but that's all I can do. I can do either turn it on or turn it off. Okay, that's all. I cannot control any other things like the temperature or function or something like that. Okay, So I'm evacuating. Is it okay? Evacuating now. And it's warmer and it's more comfortable here. Right. I'm recording my voice, and this is gonna be my today's practice, but it's still, I've been talking for 5 minutes now, 5 minutes and 27 seconds, and I always talk like for as long as 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So, but when I keep watching the clock shown on the screen of my iPhone, time doesn't fly so fast, right? Okay, what am I gonna talk about today? I don't have anything in mind at the moment. So let's see. Yesterday I watched, yesterday or the day before yesterday, I don't know which, but okay, I happened to find a very interesting YouTube video. I was looking for any videos for kids and in English, okay, and I happened to find this very interesting video where there were two people. One is a mother and the other is a son. I'm not really sure if they are a real mother and a son. I don't know, but okay. The mother was very charming, like she looks like a woman in her, I guess, 30s still, okay, and she looks like a very short person, short but chubby. Is that okay for me to use this word chubby to describe a woman? I'm not sure, but okay, she's a bit chubby, and but she looks like an Asian, like, or a person from Hawaii, okay, and her face looked a bit familiar to me because I look like a person from Hawaii also, right? I think so, because I can't explain it in English, but people from Hawaii has darker skin, right? Or a little bit darker than the skin we have. I mean, I'm Japanese, but okay. And they have black hair or dark hair. And she also has long dark hair, okay, and she's very cheerful, she's very energetic, and she's just charming, very charming, and she speaks perfect English. I think she's a native English speaker, and the son looks like her very much, so I thought that they were real mother and the son, but I'm not sure, as I said, okay. The son is like, let's see, 8 or 9 year old boy, okay. He has dark hair and he has a bit darker hair, darker skin than I do, and he also looks like a boy from Hawaii, okay, and it's a children's program, and they were talking about something related to science, okay, and the program itself was fun to watch. I really enjoyed watching them doing lots of things in the program, and the program, the video was pretty long, like nearly 1 hour, okay, and many shorter videos were combined into the one video, okay. They used different videos to make one longer one, okay, And one of the topics they were dealing with was the density. Okay, density. And they were talking about density and what is density all about. Okay, I can't explain it, but when I was watching the program, watching the video, okay, they show lots of things, okay, and there's this water tank in front of them, okay. There wasn't a son there, okay, only there was the mother. The mother tries to show lots of objects and asking us if the object will float or sink, okay. And she put objects one by one to put into the water of the tank, and if it sinks, okay, it sinks, that the density of the object is bigger than the water, the density of the water, okay. And if the density of the object is equal to the density of the water in the tank, and then it can neither sink or float, okay. It's somewhere in the middle, okay. Float, not totally floating, but it stays in the water, okay. And if the density is more than water, the density of the object is more than water, it sinks. But if the density of the object is less than the density of the water, then it floats, okay, totally above the water. It stays above the water. And they compared two kinds of Coke. One is an ordinary Coke, can of Coke, and the other is a Diet Coke, can of Diet Coke. And just before they put them, just before she put them, both of them into the water tank at the same time, I was like, what is she going to do for? Because they are both the same Coke, right? Can of Coke. Both are the cans of Coke. So what's the difference? I wondered. I thought that they were going to act the same way, okay, either sink or float. But I never thought that it would both of them would float, because through my experience as an adult, okay, I thought that both of them would sink, okay, but in the same way, I guessed that way, okay. And I was quite surprised by the result, okay, because when she put both of them into the water, then one sank, okay, one sank completely, but the other was just floating somewhere in the middle of the water. And it made me totally surprised, and I was like, well, what's the difference between the two? But if you're smarter than I am, you might guess already, right? The difference between the two. One is an ordinary Coke with lots of sugar, which makes the weight or density more, okay, or it makes having a lot of water in it makes the can of Coke heavier, okay, heavier, okay. But the other one doesn't have sugar, okay. It almost the same density as water. Yeah, I don't think that it's totally equal. That this one, Diet Coke, can of Diet Coke is totally the density is equal. I don't think the density of the Diet Coke is totally equal to water, but it's at least lighter than the true ordinary Coke, right? Somewhat lighter because it doesn't contain any sugar, right? So, and I was quite surprised by the result, and this just shows I'm not as intelligent as I thought I would be, okay? But it was some very interesting and exciting program video, and it's for children, but I can learn lots of ways of explaining things in English, because when it comes to the subject, okay, density, okay, they say the same expressions like density of the object is equal to, or something like that, many times. And just by listening to them explaining things in English, I can learn not only English, some English expressions, but also I was able to learn about the science, right? And it's really fun. And why do I want to watch children's program? Because they use English that I can understand. I can understand most of what they are saying. So when I watch such easy programs, I can learn, or I can make the most of it. Okay, I can make the most of English that they speak. If I watch something a little bit more difficult, it can be my listening practice, but I can't learn as many things as I can, or as I would, by watching easy contents, okay? This is for my comprehensible input, because when you do your comprehensible input, it's much better for you to choose something really easy for you, and then you can learn how to say it, how to say it in English. So it's the best material for you to use when it comes to comprehensible input. So that's why I sometimes look for videos for children, because I can enjoy watching them. I can understand all of them, and just by watching them, I can learn lots of expressions without knowing it myself. Okay, my brain can absorb lots of things because it's easy, and unconsciously I can learn lots of things, okay? And especially the mother, okay, the actress who was playing the role of the mother, I like her very much because she sounds very positive, and she sounds very energetic, and she was really charming. She's really charming, and I really like people like her, okay, and she inspired me so much. All right, she looks very relaxing and relaxed. I don't know which. She looks relaxed, and she is a very easygoing person, I guess. And I really want to make friends with people like her, or person like her. Okay. Well, anything else? Anything else? Yeah, I'm interested in science, although I was not a very good student back in school, okay? When I was in school, I wasn't very interested in studying. From time to time, I don't know what actually turned me on, but from time to time, I try to be a good student, and I studied hard, and I was praised by some of my teachers, which made me feel so good, okay? But other times, I was interested in other things, and I didn't study at all. Especially in my junior high school, I didn't study at all, and just before the high school entrance examination, I started studying really hard in shorter amount of time, okay? And I was lucky enough to be able to go to a public high school because it could be helpful for my parents. Okay, at least it was good for my parents, but that high school was not the high school I really wanted to go. But I didn't have any particular high school that I wanted to go back then. So that was the only choice for me. All right. But if I was able to go back to the past, okay, I really want to study harder so that I can choose. I could have many options to choose from, like going to a more prestigious high school, to go to university, okay. Throughout my entire year, looking back, there were some times that I really wanted to go to university. Probably I really wanted to learn languages at the university though, okay, or music, okay, but I didn't make it happen. I didn't even try to make it happen because I would need money, right? I would need lots of money for tuition, right? I didn't think that was a very realistic, pretty realistic dream. And now, some people go to university at the age of 60 or even later, but I'm not sure because nowadays we can study anything on the internet, right? But it's a bit different from actually going to a physical university, right? Because on the internet, you are not in the classroom and you are not with other classmates, right? And school life is not only about studying, right? Or taking part in lectures okay. I mean, yeah, school life also is about having or spending time with your classmates and making friends with other people, right? So if you want to study something and this is the only purpose, if this is your only purpose, studying something on the internet is a very good option, because you don't have to go to university to attend. You can save time, and the cost is lower, I guess, and you can make the most of your time, right? And it's very convenient. You can listen to lectures at home, from home. It's very convenient. But when it comes to the real campus life, then going to university to take classes with other people is something that I wished I wanted to do at least once in my life. But when I was in high school, I was in a band, and other members of my band were university students, right? Okay, and all of them were from the same elementary school. Okay, they were good friends. Okay, 4 other members. Okay, they were all males. Okay, boys, and they were all 3 years older than I was. Okay, and there was this band. Okay, and I went to a concert in which they took part, and I was just learning a keyboard at an music school called Yamaha. It's a world famous musical instrument company, right? And I took part in a concert as one of the audiences. Okay, and I was watching them play music on the stage, and actually I went there to look for any band which would be looking for any keyboardist. Okay, and I went there and I got some advice from someone from Yamaha. Okay, I was learning the popular piano. Okay, popular piano. It's probably piano, not classic. Okay, it's a popular piano. It's kind of music or piano that you can play in a band. So they taught me what chords were all about and how to play the piano, backing piano. Okay, backing piano, and it's totally different from classical piano, because when you learn classical piano, you use I don't know how to call it. It's like a textbook with all the things are written on it, and you play it along the information that is written on the text, right? So you cannot play it by ear or something like that. You never play it by ear. Play by ear, right? But when it comes to popular piano, you can arrange yourself. So there's just chords are written, okay? There's these chords written on the textbook, and you can play as you like according to those chords. It requires different skills, right? And I really wanted to learn that kind of piano, so I went to learn. I went to Yamaha to apply for a lesson, okay? And I at that time I was 17, okay? And I went to an office which was located in different word, okay, different place. It's not the place where I was learning the popular piano at, okay. And I went to the office because my teacher advised me that I should go to the office to ask them to put up a poster, okay, that I drew. I did draw, okay, I drew myself because I really want to be a keyboardist in a band, but I couldn't know how to find a band which was suitable for me. So the teacher of the popular piano, okay, my teacher advised me that I should go to the office to ask them to put up a poster that I drew. And there was this very important person there. He's a very important person for the Yamaha, okay, in the region, okay. He's a arranger, composer, producer, okay. He's a very important figure there. I didn't know that, okay. And he was talking to me when he saw the poster that I drew. He said, okay, I drew, okay. And he advised me that I should go to a concert that would be held one of these days, okay, very soon. And I asked one of my friends to go there with me, and she's a very good friend of mine. She was a very good friend of mine. She's very cheerful and she's very easygoing, and she said, okay, let's go, or something like that. I really liked her. And okay, we went to the concert together, and we were watching all those musicians playing on the stage. It was quite exciting because that was my very first time to see that kind of concert directly, okay. By that time, I had gone to some concerts of my favorite artists, okay, and including some of the Western musicians. Like, have you ever heard of these groups like Rosetta Stone or the Beastie Rollers? They were quite popular when I was in junior high, okay, and I somehow became a big fan of theirs, those two bands especially. And those two of those bands came to Japan in the, let's see, 1970s or 80s, early 1980s. I'm not sure, but in the late 70s or in the early 80s when I was in junior high. And I asked my parents to get a ticket for me, and I went there to their concert to see them playing on the stage. And with my friends, okay. Some of my friends were very, I don't know how to call such people, but like they looked matured, okay, more mature than I was back then. They were very cool, and those friends tended to be big fans of such Western artists, okay, overseas artists, I don't know how to call them, okay, but I became friends with them somehow because they were my classmates, okay, and I went there to the concert with such friends, okay. I really had a very exciting and thrilling time there, and I bought some records of theirs, okay. And those two were the only Western or overseas artists, I guess. So by the time I went to the concert in which all those amateur musicians playing on the stage, that was not my very first time to see someone playing some musical instruments on the stage, okay, but that was really exciting to me. And what a coincidence, when we tried to when we were just still watching one of the bands playing on the stage. Actually, it was my very first time to see them playing, right? Because I knew nobody, right? And one of the bands, okay, actually had this announcement, like they were actually looking for a keyboardist because they didn't have a keyboardist from the beginning, or the keyboardist quit or left or something, and actually they were looking for a keyboardist, and they asked the audience if any of them in audience, okay, would be interested in. Then they asked them to say hello or something like that, because they would be waiting for the audience when they go home, okay, leave, they would be standing at the entrance, okay. And I thought that, oh, what a coincidence, I came here to look for any band who is looking for a keyboardist, and there it is, right? And I was lucky, and at the entrance I talked to them, and they decided that okay, they gave me their telephone number, okay. One of them, who was a bassist, okay, was in charge of this whole thing, hiring a new keyboardist thing, and we exchanged telephone numbers, okay, so that we can contact later on. And in those days, we didn't have any cell phones, we didn't have any internet, so the only method that we could communicate with was telephone. So we exchanged our telephone numbers, and the next day or 2 days later or so, I got a telephone call from the bassist, okay, and he asked me to come to the studio, okay, a week later or the next weekend or so. And I went there, but I had no experience of playing keyboard in a band, right? So I really wondered. I wasn't not sure if they would love to let me in their band, but actually I was hired. Okay, I was actually hired, and my debut. Okay, my debut. They decided the date that I don't know how to use this word debut, but my debut date was decided. It was going to happen next month, so by that time I would have to learn how to play the backing piano for the band, right? And my exciting days started from there. And I stayed in the band for the next 2 years or 3 years. Okay, but the band ended up breaking up because they graduated from university and they had to start working. And even one of them was going to be a doctor. Okay, and 2 of them decided to move on to a music career. Okay, and about the bassist, I still don't know where he is or what he does now. I know 3 of them. Okay, the vocalist and the guitarist and the drummer. I know where they are and what they are doing now. Okay, but we never get in touch with each other now. I only know them on Facebook, so they're still alive. But when it comes to the bassist, no, nothing. There's no information about him, and I'm a bit worried about him because he's a very good guy. He used to be a very good guy. And actually, I went out with the guitarist, okay, but that was not a very good relationship. I mean, I was a very vulnerable girl, okay, with some attachment issues. I didn't realize that back then, okay, but since I had some attachment issues, I tended to choose some guys who were not good, okay, for me. I tended to choose such men somehow, and such men can be a bit, I don't know, dominant or selfish. Okay, they try to control me. Okay, but somehow I tend to choose that kind of guy and those kinds of guys. Okay, because of the problem I was having, and unconsciously I tended to choose those kinds of men. Okay, and so our relationships turn out to be not very good. Okay, I was feeling lonely all the time, even with him, the guitarist. Okay, but the bassist, he was a bit different. He was kinder. He was sweet. Okay, he was compassionate. Okay, I could have chosen him as my boyfriend, but somehow the guitarist was the one who wrote the song's melody, okay, chorus, and the vocalist was the one who wrote the lyrics. Oh my goodness, the ambulance. It's loud, right? It means that there's an accent near here. I'm not sure. Oh, it's going away. It's going away. It's relieving. It's relieving. Okay, and where was I? Yeah, I could have chosen the bassist because he was sweeter. He was kinder. He was more considerate. Okay, but okay, the vocalist was the one who wrote the lyrics, all the lyrics, and because I was quite new for the band, right? And I spent more time with the one who was writing all the music for the band, because I was able to learn from him a lot. And there was so many things that he wanted to teach me because I was new. So I spent more time with him than other band members, okay? And because of this, the more time you spend with someone, the more chances, I don't know how to say this in English, but you fall in love with that person, right? And it happened to me, and we decided to go out with, okay. But I don't think our relationship was very good because the entire time I was feeling lonely because I didn't think that I was understood properly. I didn't think that he took good care of me. Okay, anyway, the band ended up breaking up, and I looked for another band later on, and I took part in this band. All the members were girls, and they were professional oriented. I mean, they are very aspiring. Okay, they all were aspiring, and they wanted to be a professional band. Okay, and they had this producer with them, and I really wanted to be a professional musician. And after the band breaking up, I started to join that band, the girls band, but somehow I was not as enthusiastic about playing music for the band as I had been for the first band, right? And I didn't feel like practicing, so every weekend we had practice, but for the entire week I didn't feel like practicing. I didn't feel like doing nothing. But there was another keyboardist who was a professional piano teacher, so our differences, our skill differences, okay, differences were obvious. She was a good player. She's much better player, and I was not a very good player. Yeah, I often heard other people in my former band saying that I had a good sense of, playing the piano or something. They all said to me, okay, and I'm quite good at doing things, and so I don't think that I was a terrible music player or keyboard player. I was okay, I was okay, but technically I'm not good at playing the piano because I just learned how to play classical music until, for several years. It helped me so much, but still, I wasn't a very professional pianist or something like that. Our skills were totally different. I mean, the other pianist who was a professional piano teacher, that was obvious. And so in a nutshell, long story short, it was totally uncomfortable for me to play or just be with other members, other girls in the band. And after the practice, we often go for a drink or something, but I didn't want to go with them because I wasn't myself when I was with them somehow. So I had to pretend that I was having fun with them, and that was really hard for me. And especially the vocalist, one of the vocalists, there were two vocalists there and two keyboards and all the girls, right? And one of the vocalists was a very strong woman, and I'm not a very strong woman, right? I'm vulnerable, right? I'm pathetic type, right? And I think that she didn't like me very much because I was slow. My reaction was slow, but she was fast. She was quick. She was astute. So she didn't like me very much, I guess. So when I told them that I wanted to quit, she was the only one who said something like, "Oh, why not? Why not? Okay," or something like that. She was pretty cold. She was very friendly with other members, but not about me. Or it was just my imagination. I don't know, but I'm not good at that type. So she must have detected that I was feeling this way back then. Maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, playing music in a band was everything for me back then. That was everything. So I had a part-time job, or I had part-time jobs to continue music in a band. But I ended up marrying my ex-husband because he was the owner of a musical instrument shop in my neighborhood. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I met him when I was working in this place, and he came there. He came there to work as well because he had to earn money, because the job as a music instrument owner was not enough for him to support himself. So he had to have a part-time job. And my last band was practicing in the studio of that shop. Just after I found out that he was owner of the musical instrument shop, and he said that he had a studio in the shop, and that was quite surprising to me. I was quite surprised to know that there was a musical instrument shop with a studio in my neighborhood. I never knew that, okay? And ever since I knew about this, I told other members of my last band, okay? And they decided to use the studio because most of the members were from my neighborhood, and it was very convenient for them, all of them, to use the studio. Okay, we started using the studio, and I didn't tell other members that the shop owner and I were dating, but okay. And the last band ended up breaking up because I lost interest in playing in the band. The band also wanted to be professional, pro, okay, and especially the vocalist was very, very enthusiastic. He's an ardent. He loved artists like I forgot the name, American band. Especially he loved American rock music, American rock, okay, Bruce Springsteen or something, or any other bands like the theme song, okay, a band that sung the theme song for the movie Back to the Future. I forgot the name, okay. Or La Banda. La Banda is the song of the name, or the song of the name. And yeah, anyway. But now the vocalist still plays the music, and he used to compose all the songs, all the lyrics for the band. I'm talking about my last band, okay? And he's good looking, but he's a bit too short, okay? But I'm not sure if it has something to do with becoming a professional musician, okay? But anyway, has charisma. He has aura. He's very good looking, and I think that he could have become a professional musician, idol, but somehow he wasn't successful, and now he's an ordinary person, ordinary guy. He's 4 years older than I am. We never get in touch with each other, but I happen to find him on Facebook. Okay, and back then I didn't learn English, right? Even though all of our bands that I joined, all of the bands I joined in were dealing with English songs, okay, very popular songs, and the vocalists. All the vocalists sung in English, but back then I didn't understand English, so I didn't know if their pronunciation was good or not, okay? But after many years, and when I happened to see any of them singing some English songs, I can understand their pronunciation very easily, right? And I never understood their English pronunciation, okay, back then, but now I can understand clearly. And I have mixed feelings about this. I can't say everything, but actually they are not singing right, okay, correctly. And actually learning English changed my life for the better, in many ways. Okay. Life is very interesting, huh? Yeah, I think so. I really hope that everybody is happy. I mean, all the other band members. I'm not sure if everybody is alive, okay? But, okay, I should talk about the guitarist, okay, with whom I was going out, okay, back then, right? I happened to find his Facebook this year, I guess. Yeah, this year. Because he wasn't on Facebook before, okay? I was on Facebook until the COVID-19 thing happened. And at the time, the year 2021, okay, I became a bit skeptical about everything, practically everything, okay. I didn't believe in people, or I was skeptical about basically everything, and I decided to leave Facebook, okay, entirely, and I deleted my account, my Facebook account. So I was no longer there. Okay, until then, I was friends with some band members, some former band members, like the vocalist and yeah, only the vocalist. But I knew that the drummer of my first band, okay, was on Facebook, but I somehow didn't try to make friends with him. Okay, there's some reason for this, but I'm not gonna talk about this today, okay? And anyway, I became friends with the vocalist only, okay? And but back in 2021, when the COVID thing happened, I became skeptical about basically everything, and I decided to leave Facebook, and my former account ended there, okay? And last year, a few years ago, okay, I decided to start, last year, maybe, I was away from Facebook for such a long time, okay, two years, okay, and then I decided to create my new account, my Facebook account, okay, and then I happened to find that the guitarist was on Facebook, okay. That was quite new to me. I ended up finding him through another person who had something to do with my first band. He was in the same university, okay, in the same university as 2 or 3 others of my first band, okay. They were friends, okay. Have been friends, okay, on Facebook. And I was just wondering back then, like this year, January or February, I was just wondering what that person, I can explain it, who was not in my band, okay, who was in the same university as 2 or 3 others of my former band, okay, and I was friends with that person also before on Facebook, but I left Facebook suddenly without saying anything, to all of them, like the vocalist and this person. So I was a bit guilty. And because I have some attachment issues, once I left someone, I can't go back to the person anymore because I'm just scared, because I must have been rude to the person without saying anything, right? So I feel guilty. I felt guilty, so I didn't contact either the vocalist of my first band or this person who was in the same university as the other 2 or 3 members of my band. Actually 2, okay. The guitarist and the vocalist were in the same university as this person, okay. And this person is very sweet and kind, and he married to a woman, a lady or girl, okay, university girl. They were in the same club, music club, and they were dating together back in university, and they got married, and they had 2 girls, 2 daughters. But about several years ago, after I became friends with him on Facebook, I knew that I found out that the girl, okay, his wife, okay, now his wife, actually died of breast cancer some years ago, okay. That was very shocking to me because she was 3 years older than I was, and I was not, she was not my friend or anything, okay. She was just very tall, very cute, very charming vocalist, okay. And I admired her, but she's older, right? And we were not friends or anything. So okay, I was just looking at her every time I saw her from far away, okay. And I was quite happy to know that the man, this person and she got married, okay. They were happily married, okay, with 2 daughters, but she died of okay, breast cancer. That was very, really shocking as a woman, right? Okay, anyway, and I was just thinking about him early this year, and I tried to visit his Facebook page, and then among all the friends, okay, among all those friends of his, I happened to find this guitarist, okay. There he was, and I checked his page, and I learned that several years ago, back in 2012 or so, it was about more than 10 years ago, right? He had a stroke or something, and he had to be hospitalized for some days, but he was able to get back to normal life. But he used to be a guitarist, but he can't play the guitar as well as he used to, because some parts of his body got paralyzed once, and they have been getting back to normal, but he hasn't gotten back to normal entirely. He still has some problems, but still he's a professional musician even now. That was quite surprising to me, too. Okay. But I never tried to contact him or anything. But I was relieved that he's alive at least. Okay. Anything else? No, nothing else. So at this age, some people already died, right? I really hope that everybody is alive and happy. Okay, including me, myself. Okay, that's about it for today. I think I've been talking for about 1 hour and almost 11 minutes now. I'm getting hot. Okay, it's better, I think. It's better for my health. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow too. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. You guys, okay, I really hope that you have a great rest of your day. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye bye.